Finally, we're here. Okay. Hello, everyone. Happy July 6th. I'm just going to close. There we go. Okay. Amazing. Yeah, happy July 6th, and welcome to this week's The Open Journal. I'm Meg Williams. I'm so happy to be here with all of you beautiful beings. Um, and to have another chat about what's going on, about priestess, queendom, of feeling goodness, of energy, of how to tap into your infinite being and infinite abundance, and how to navigate it all. Because it isn't always as easy as we can talk about it being sometimes. So my name is Meg Williams. I am a sacred pleasure and embodiment coach. And this means what? I like to call it sacred pleasure. A lot of what I teach encompasses sacred sexuality, but pleasure can exist in all places in our life. As a matter of fact, it does exist in all places of our life. So I don't like to just narrow it down to sacred sexuality because so many of my practices are embodiment practices that I've learned through my journey that have changed and impacted my life. So I'm here sharing them so that others can embody them and see the shifts that can happen as you integrate it into your life. And these are things that I teach through experience. I have done all of my trainings around them, and I like to teach the things that I have embodied myself. So this is why it's an embodiment coach, is because these are things that are practices that exist in my everyday experience that when I go without, things start to crumble, right? So, and this is one of the things I'm going to speak about today is just how important integrating ritual into your life is. Because really, if you take a look around, your life is full of ritual. The problem is it's so many things that we do unconsciously. When we sit down to eat a meal, that's a ritual. When we put our shoes on to leave our house, that's a ritual. When we go in and put toothpaste on our toothbrush before we brush our teeth, this is a ritual. These are all things that we do daily over and over that are self-care practices, but we do them so unconsciously. So setting up these conscious rituals are a life changer. And I'm super excited to speak into that. I do want to speak into some energies that are abound right now, and then I'm going to share the cards that I pulled. And holy Moses. So I pulled these. I'll be truthful with you. I pulled these because right after this, I'm doing my weekly training in my Facebook group. So if you aren't there and you are here, hop over to the Pleasure Prophecy in Facebook and join that because I do host more in-depth trainings there every week. Now, I'm here on Tuesday, which is so unusual, and it's totally throwing off my week. But tomorrow we're going to pick up our RV, which we're going to shift into as we step into new exciting adventures for the rest of our summer. So thank you for this adjustment. It will just be this week that this is on Tuesday. And so it's impacting my Facebook group also, which is usually on a Wednesday, but everything's happening today. So if you would like to be over there and catch those trainings, the Pleasure Prophecy, I would love to have you jump in there and join me there every week where we can connect a little bit more. And one of the things that, like I said, I want to speak into is just the energy. So for so many people right now, if your kids were in school, summer holidays really just started last week, and this really hit me over the weekend because we don't really celebrate. Sorry, it's hot in here. We don't celebrate holidays so much anymore because my husband and I have set up our life so that truly every day we live every day as much as we would like to. So both of us, when we want to take a holiday and we want to do things as family, we are able to do that. So work doesn't determine our day to day. So we don't have to wait for holidays to come around to be able to celebrate and do special things as a family, which is totally fine. That doesn't suit everybody. I totally understand that. But we've worked long and hard and years to set this lifestyle up for us. And it hit me out of nowhere on the weekend because it was busy everywhere. It was busy in town here where we are. It's a cottage country, so it was packed. And I thought, for 2 years, like 2 years, because it's even from before the pandemic hit, because we were in Costa Rica for about 4 months before that. So it's been years since I've seen it this busy. It was crazy. I thought, what is going on? It's like things are just, it was like, what's the word called? The warp zone or whatever. It was so weird. And I thought, oh, well, it's truly holidays for so many people. And so a lot of people are, this is their downtime. They're not, their schedules are shifting, their routines are shifting. Just going back to routines again, routines are shifting, which means the rituals are shifting. And which for me was weird because nothing for me is shifting. But it all comes back to this energy of perhaps experiencing confusion, right? So as things are constantly shifting, this energy of confusion can sometimes come up, and it's like energy of confusion of like, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Energy of confusion of, am I on the right path? Energy of confusion around like, I don't even know what is going on right now. And when I sat with it and I thought, well, like what is on the other side of confusion? And the best that I've come up with so far is on the other side of confusion is stillness, right? It's kind of like chaos in a sense. And on the other side of it is stillness. And it is in stillness when all of our answers come to us, right? We have to go in to this stillness so that we can receive. So we can receive direction, so we can receive guidance, so we can receive and connect and tap into our intuition for those things to flow, which I absolutely love, because that is the best wisdom that I would give to myself and to anyone else is when you're in a place of uncertainty, slow down, tap in, because all the answers lie within you, right? Even when it feels like you don't know what you're doing, and even when it feels like you don't know, you do know. Everything is there for you to receive in your knowing, and everything is there for you to tap into in your capacity to your divine guidance to receive even deeper, right? And this is usually it's like, well, I want like deeper knowing. You have the capacity to tap into that. This is where I absolutely love these cards. So in my Facebook group, so I pulled these cards because I'm doing how to support your inner queen, because so often, whether it's through the imposter syndrome, whether it's through the opinions of others, whether it is just that you get so busy or caught up in one thing that you forget about what you're here to do, your truth, you forget who you are. There's so many things that can sidetrack us and try to derail us sometimes, but you are a queen. You are, and if you're watching this in your mail, you're a king, right? This is it. Like we are all queens, we are all kings. Both of us actually embody both. And so it's to not be forgotten. There's things that you can do. Again, it comes back to rituals that you can do so that you can remember this with more ease, so that it's not so far back in the corner when you need to draw it back in, that it's there, right? It's there for you to turn to when you need to support yourself, because you are going to be your greatest support. Always, always, always. Self-love first. When I'm talking about sacred sexuality, you are your greatest lover, will always be. Okay, so that's in all areas of your life. But so I drew these cards for how to support your inner queen, and holy moly, there's wisdom. So I pulled three. I like the number 3. And the first one that I pulled was Ace of Water. Okay, so I pulled 2 ace cards, and I thought, so that's 1, right? Ace represents 1. And to me, in the angel numbers, 1 represents, it is usually representative that your angels and your guides and your guardians are there supporting you. It's like, so it's their way of saying, it's a way of divinity wanting to be there to tell you you are on the right path, that you are that everything is just, on the other side of it. So it's like when I was on that, what's on the other side of confusion? Well, it's stillness. So what's on the other side of wherever you are is exactly what you're looking for. And the universe wants you to know right now that you are completely supported, that you are aligned, everything is in line, and everything is there supporting you. You are exactly where you're meant to be. This is what one represents to me. So, Ace of Water represents unconditional love, overflowing abundance, and the fertility of love. I'm just in a, usually I'll give like an interpretation. It depends on the deck that I'm using. This one's the Good Tarot, and it really has just like a brief summary. So I'm just going to read the summaries today, and they're so bang on. So, and when I pull these, it's usually like what guidance what guidance is open for me to receive today around supporting your queen or king. So I am filled with love from spirit and joyously let it flow out to others where it fertilizes the seeds of co-creation. Love gives me hope, shining brilliant light on all the possibilities available to me. I am optimistic about bringing dreams into being. Spirit always informs me and guides me, allowing me to illuminate the darkest of places. Holy Moses. Okay, so that was the first one. And the second one was the Empress, which is so aligned for supporting the queen. So Empress is fertility, and this was the number 3, which I was just saying. So 3 is usually the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit is how I always think of it. So it's knowing that you're again, you're always supported. It's like the masculine support, which I actually love that this is the 3 of Empress, which is it's like the feminine support, and it has to do with fertility. This is a wonderful time to give birth to new ideas and experiences. Nourishment is assured as I step into a new version of myself, right? And so when we have confusion, it's often like that goopy phase of metamorphosis. So my life is rich and ripe with possibility that I can manifest and create. I am a powerful co-creator, and life loves me right now. My world is brimming with potential and infinite possibility that will manifest for the highest good. All right. So again, if the signs are not there, I don't know how much more clearly the universe can send this message to you. Okay. So everything is manifesting as it is meant to. And then the last one was the other ace, which was Ace of Air. So I love this too, that it was air and water. Like this is again the universe. If it's not earth, if it's not matter, if it's not, oh no, this is true. We still have earth. I was gonna say it's either water or air. What else have we got? Actually, what is so aligned with this is our new. This is back to the very first episode of this that I released, talking about how we've come into the time of Aquarius, and Aquarius is a water sign, but it's also represented but air. So it's like it's been traditionally water, but it's with this new element of air. And I always, when we came into this last December, this was the whole thing that I had taken away from it is it's a new way of breathing. We're learning to breathe underwater. We're learning to breathe underwater. How huge is that? So here we are with Ace of Air, which represents destiny and fate, the law of karma, powerful forces of transformation at work, and synchronicity. So totally in line with the other two. Meaningful coincidences and forces beyond my human control are operating in my life now for the highest good. Things are happening now with great velocity. I can expect quick results that will lead me forward with excellent information. So in that stillness, you are going to receive all the guidance and all the answers that you need. You are exactly where you are meant to be. You are completely supported. Coming into that stillness, coming into that knowing, and knowing that everything is literally rolling forward and quickly for you. So you are in that goop phase and truly like you're just on the other side of completely blossoming, of everything manifesting for you. So this is really exciting. And then what I really wanted to speak to go in line with how to support your inner queen or king is just this little phrase, and this is one of my go-tos all the time, is if you can, and if you can just wake up every day and repeat this to yourself and before you go to bed, recognizing who I am, how I am, and how I serve. Okay, so if you can just stay in line with those three things, who I am, I know who I am, I know how I am, and I know how I serve. Okay, so those three things, if you have your vision around that, you're gonna stay in total alignment with your purpose, with your vision, in your communication with the connection to your divine, to your divinity, to the quantum realm, to your source, right? Everything's going to come to you when you are in alignment with those three things. So this is a little bit of play work tonight. Okay, give yourself time to think about that. Who are you? How are you? And how do you serve? And let the rest work its way for you. And then the last thing that I wanted to share was another energy practice. And I love this one. So again, talking about really being open and connected to your creative flow. And your creative flow is unique to you. This is right. This is literally what makes you different from every single other person on the planet. And we all receive information. Oh gosh, if you haven't read the book Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert, go get it. And because this is where she first introduced this concept to me, and I know everyone else is going to totally be like, oh, this has so happened to me so many times in my life. But when you have like a brilliant idea and you're like, I've got to trademark that, that is going to be my thing, and you don't do it, and then months or years down the road, you hear about somebody who's trademarked or created this product or created this idea. And you're like, that person totally took my idea. And this is the thing, is ideas come from this source field around you, okay? Which we are all in here on earth, which we all have access to. I'm gonna even go so far because my mentors like Eckhart Tolle, I've heard say this, Michael Beckwith, I've heard say this, Panache Desai, I've heard say this. Elizabeth Gilbert has basically said this, that our thoughts are not ours. So as much as we want to take ownership for all the brilliant things that we create and all the ideas we have, they're never ours. We're just a channel. We're just a channel to receive guidance and information so we can birth them. And you can be the person to birth them. But if you don't take that idea, if you don't take that wisdom and do something with it, it's going to leave you and it is going to go back into this realm and it is going to go to the next person who's perhaps willing to take aligned action. Okay, so that person who got to birth that was the person it was meant to go to because they were the one who brought it to reality. This is the universe is here to be birthed through you. And none of it is even ours to claim as our own. This is where the ego comes into play, is like we think, I came up with this. And it's like, well, it's probably skipped through like a million other brains and you're the person who got to birth it. So if someone else wants to say the exact same thing as you, it's like actually within their right because it probably was in their brain at one point. All right. And this is the beauty of how we're all connected too. So, so this whole concept of being able to channel, and one of the ways so that you can open yourself to your creative flow to receive these things, which are going to align you with your path of your mission, what you're here to do, right? How do you serve? We want to know, because when you are clear about how you serve, then you are going to be clear communication to the universe on the information that you need to receive so that you can do that. So this is a little energy practice on how to just open up your crown. So you're just going to start at your third eye and just swipe down across the brow and then kind of flick off the sides there. And then just going up the forehead, up through the center line, and then up the center line of your skull, just pressing in and just massaging out. And you're going to do that all the way down the back of the skull. So this is really opening into the crown chakra. And then all the way down the neck. And when you get to the bottom of the neck, you're going to put your hands on your shoulders and just gently pull down. It's going to feel so good. And then you're going to sweep it down and across the heart. So this is, oh, sorry, I keep hitting the mic, guys. You're going to want to sweep it across. Crossing energies in the body is a really, really incredible thing to do. So you're going to cross that down, sweep it across, and then just leave your hands crossed over one another on the heart. And just anchoring those energies into the heart. So you've opened the crown, you're open to receive that information, which you're going to anchor into the heart, and it's going to anchor down into the body when you take your aligned action on it. So I hope that you enjoy that. You can do that at any time. I'm actually going to kind of do it again. And yeah, hope you feel good. And the crossing the energies, if you haven't caught that, is our DNA, our everything, all of the information in our body, energies in our body, in our auric field around us are all like those helix energies. So anytime that you do crossovers on your body, it's like you're weaving your energy up more powerfully. So sending you all so much love. I'm going to go hop off because I'm heading over to my Facebook group, the private Facebook group, The Pleasure Prophecy. It is a free group where I host free trainings every week. So if you enjoy these and you want to do a little bit more in depth, it's usually like a little more of practice. So I'm an embodiment coach. So we've got to embody what I'm here to share. So over there, you can do a little bit more in depth with me. I would love to have you there. So hop on over. And today talking about how to support your inner queen. So it is for women only in that group right now, but definitely no discrimination to men. I love you guys. And all of this work is literally for every single human being on the world. And I think about how much I do it to support women. And I'm here, you know, because women can then support men. And I also think about how important it is for our children to know the truth, to know the damn truth, right? Let's bring it to them. That's what I'm here to do, to break stigmas, to break generational traumas, to break taboos, and to, it's funny, I said stigma, but that wasn't even the word that I wanted. I wanted to say shame, to shed shame, right? These things that we have shame around, and they're not even truths that these shames were built around. So join me over there where we'll go a little bit more in depth, and sending you all so much love. Can't wait to tell you guys about this RV that we're picking up tomorrow. So thanks so much for tuning in today, and I will see you guys next week. So much love to you all. Have a beautiful, beautiful week as you navigate the energies that are abound, and anchor in to your absolute knowing, to your absolute truth, as you call in those manifestations that are already on their way. I'm so excited for you guys. Sending you so much love. I'll see you guys next Wednesday.